Make sure your phones is muted. Is it live?
Okay.
All right, go ahead and blow the horn.
Shemai.
All right, first reader coming up. State your registry.
Takamas ban Yahawada ban Yashwala.
Takamas ban Yahawada ban Yashala.
Salute.
Yahweh Shim Yahweh
Brakata.
Rakata.
Yahweh Bashem Yosha Brakata. La Yasharala.
La Yashwala.
La Yasharala.
All right, go ahead and get the scroll right. Let's flip it over. Oh, and we need the mics.
What concert?
You always charge the batteries, right?
Come, they're charging.
Go ahead and get them right now. We'll get started.
Come on, concert. Shemai.
All right, go ahead and call it.
Amaju, which means stand.
Sar.
Sar. Han Hakbada, which means Sar, turn and face the east. We're gonna give the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa,
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim,
Bashamayim.
Quadash, Haya, Shimka,
Shemka.
Yahweh, Malatwaka, Taba'a, Ratazaka,
Ratazaka.
Haya, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kabwat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabuwat Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Anawa, Banasaya Wan, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahataparat, La Awalamyum, Aman.
In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come.
thy kingdom come,
Thy will be done.
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Forgive us our debts
as we forgive our
as we
debtors,
forgive our debtors.
and lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver
but
us
deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the
For
kingdom
thine is the kingdom
and the power
and the power
and the glory
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. This is a Hakak prayer in Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Baba Kasha,
Baruch Hushai,
Nathunlanawa,
Nathalanawa,
Hakak,
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 Larpa'a,
Larpa'a,
Kal Makala,
Kalmakala,
Wakal Marawa,
Kalmatawa,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Ha Matazarium,
Hamatazariam,
Hamatazarium, so like
Hamatazariam,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Lahaquium,
Lahaquium,
Hamathium,
Hamathium,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Al Wakarwath,
Awakawa,
Hatama'ala,
Hatama'ala,
Lagarashan,
Garisha,
Bashim Yahushai,
Basham Yahushai.
the Wadaman.
Now we got the power prayer in English. Lord,
Lord,
in the name of Yahushai,
Yahushai,
please give us the power
please give us the power
to heal
to heal
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
all manner of
the
disease,
power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the
the
dead,
power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean
the
spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahushai,
In the name of Yahushai,
thank you, so be it.
thank you, so be it. This is the blessed Israel prayer in Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashim Yahushai,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Barak Lanawa,
Barak Lanawa,
Wa Yashra Allah,
Wa Yashar Allah,
Wahab Bayat Saparium,
Wahab Bayasaparium,
Barak,
Barak,
Bashim Yahushai,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
the Wadaman.
the Wadaman. And what we just said was, Lord,
Lord,
in the name of Yahushai,
in the name of Yahushai,
bless us
bless us
and Israel and the school.
and the school.
In the name of
In the name
Yahushai,
of Yahushai,
thank you, so be it.
thank you, so be it. This is the Psalms 121 prayer in Hebrew. Aisha,
Asha,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Al Aharium,
Ahaharium,
Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'a,
Yaba'a,
Izaria,
Isaiah,
Izaria,
Isaiah,
Ma'aim,
Ma'aim,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shamayam,
Wa'aratza,
Wa'arataza,
Al Yatan,
Al-Yatan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Galka,
Al Yanawam,
Al-Yanawam,
Shamarka,
Marka,
Hana,
Hana,
La'a,
La'a,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yashra'ala,
Yasharala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Zalka,
Al Yad,
Al-Yad,
Yamyanka,
Yamyanka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'a, Yakaka,
La'a Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Ba La Yala,
Bala Yala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makal Rai,
Kal Rai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Ath Napashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Tazaatka,
Tazaathka,
Waba'aka,
Wabawaka,
Ma'aita,
Maida,
Wa'aid,
Ma'aid,
Awalam.
Awalam. In English, I will lift up my eyes unto the
I will
hill,
lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
from whence cometh my help.
Whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yashar Allah
he that keepeth Yasha Allah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade
Yahweh is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time
from
forth
this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. This is Psalms 83 prayer in Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
al damayalaka,
al zamayalaka,
al takarash,
al thakarash,
wa al,
wa'al,
the shakwat,
the shakwat,
al,
al,
kaya,
kaya,
hana,
hana,
awayabyaka,
awayabyaka,
ya hamawan,
yahamawan,
wama,
wama,
shanayaka,
shanayaka,
nasha'awa,
nasha'awa,
ra'ash,
ra'ash,
al aimaka,
aimaka,
ya arayamwa,
yarayamwa,
sawad,
sawad,
wa ya ta ya aitazawa,
wayatha ya'aitazawa,
al tapazawanyaka,
al tazapawanyaka,
amarwa,
amarawa,
lakawa,
lakawa,
wanakak yadam,
wanakak yadam,
magaya,
magaya,
wala'a,
wala'a,
yazakar,
yazakar,
sham yasha'ala,
sham yasha'ala,
iwad,
iwad,
kaya,
kaya,
na wa aitazawa,
na wa'aitazawa,
lab,
lab,
yakadwa,
yakadwa,
al yaka,
al yaka,
bariyat, so like bariyath,
baryath,
ya kuryathwa,
yakarathwa,
ahalya,
ahalya,
adawam,
adawam,
wa Yasha Ma'alium
Wa Yashama'alium.
Ma Wa'aba
Ma Wa'aba.
Wa Hagarium
Wa Hagarium.
Gabal
Gabal.
Wa Imawan
Wa Imawan.
Wa Imalak
Wa Imalak.
Palashath
Palashath.
Am Yashabya
I'm Yashabia.
Tazawar
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawa
Nalawa.
Imam
Imam.
Hayawa
Hayawa.
Zarawai
Zarawai.
Laban Yalawat
Labanya Lawat.
Salah
Salah.
Aisha Laham
Aisha Laham.
Kamadyan
Kamadyan.
Kasaya Sara'a
Kasaya Sara'ah.
Kayabyan
Kayabyan.
Banakal Kayashwan
Kwayashwan.
Nashamadwa
Nashamadwa.
Ba Ayan Dara'a
Ba'ayanda Ara.
Hayawa
Hayawa.
Daman
Daman.
La Arama
La Adama.
Shayatamwa
Shayatamwa.
Nada Yab Ma Wa
Nadayamawa.
Ka Irab
Kairab.
Wakazab Abba
Wakazaaba.
Wakazabak
Wakazabak.
Wakautazamanai
Wakatazalmanai.
Kal
Kal.
Nasaya Kumwa
Nasaya Kamwa.
Ashar
Ashar.
Amarwa
Amarwa.
Na Yarasha
Nayarasha.
La Nawa
La Nawa.
Ath
Ath.
Na Awath
Na'awath.
Alahayam
Alahayam.
Alahaya
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa
Shayatamwa.
Kagalgala
Kagalgala.
Kakwash
Kakwash.
La Panya
Lapanya.
Rakha
Racha.
Ra'at na Kaash
Ka'ash.
Taba'ira
Taba'ira.
Ya'ira
Ya'ira.
Waka Lahaba
Wakalahabah.
Tahalat
Talahat.
Haryam
Haryam.
Kantaradapma
Kantharadapma.
Ba Sa'ira Ka
Basa Iraka.
Wa Basa Wapatka
Wabasa Wapathka.
The Bahalam
Tabahalam.
Mala'a
Mala'a.
Panyaham
Panyaham.
Kwalawan
Kwalawan.
Waya Bakwashwa
Wayabakwashwa.
Shamka
Shamka.
Yahawa
Yahawa.
Yabashwa
Yabashwa.
Waya Bahawa
Wayabahalwa.
Ad Ya'id
Ayaid.
Waya Kaparwa
Wayakaparwa.
Wa Ya Abadwa
Wayabadwa.
Wa Ya Da'iwa
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya
Kaya.
Atha
Atha.
Shamka
Shamka.
Yahawa
Yahawa.
Labadka
Labadka.
Al Salakia Al Yawan
Al Yawan.
Al Kal
Al Kal.
Arataza
Arataza. All right, Psalm 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence,
Keep not thy silence
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace
and be not still,
Be not still
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh
For lo,
For lo
thine enemies make a
thy
tumult,
enemies make a tumult
and they that hate
and
thee
they that hate thee
have lifted up their
have
head.
lifted up the head
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people
and consulted
consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Yasha Allah
that the name of Yasha Allah
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
But they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate against thee,
the tabernacles of
the
Edom,
tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal
and Ammon,
and Ammon
and Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also was joined with them.
Ashur also was joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of
at
Kaisan,
the book of Kaisan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Ored,
like Ored,
and like Zeid.
like Zaib.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah
all their princes Zabah
and as
and
Zalmunna,
as Zalmunna,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of God in possession.
the houses of God into possession.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth they wood,
as the fire burneth they wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest.
make them afraid
Make them afraid
with thy storm,
with thy storm.
fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
Let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth. This is the blessings prayer in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
wa Yahweh Shai,
wa Yahweh Shai,
wa Mayaka Allah,
wa Mayaka Allah,
wa Alahayim,
wa Alahayim,
Matazab Ya'ah,
Matazab Ya'ah,
Alawap Yahana,
Alawap Yahana,
Ha Alawapyam,
Ha Alawapyam,
Ha Saranyam,
Ha Saranyam,
Ha Kwatazayanyam,
Ha Kwatazayanyam,
Ha Kayayoyam,
Ha Kayayoyam,
wa Ha Akwatyan,
wa Ha Agwathian,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashim Yahushai,
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai,
the Wada Aman.
the Wada Aman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Yahushai,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
commanding General Yohana,
commanding General Yohana,
the generals,
the generals,
the captains,
the captains,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
in the name of Yahushai,
thank you, so be it.
thank you, so be it.
All right, with that, Sar, go ahead and blow the horn. Go ahead and set the scroll down. All right, with that, Mishabia, we'll use this one right here. Here. That little bun quit. All right. All right, go ahead and clap it up, man. Let's go closer. Shalom, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakathum, Yahweh Shema Atam Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is, of course, the ISUPK. It started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, 1969, under commanding General Yohana. And we're here to teach the truth of the Bible. For so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, their real true culture and identity according to the scriptures. Going against the grain, going against the whole entire world that believes one thing. But you got to ask yourself, is the whole world correct or is it wrong? And the way that you know the answer to that question is the whole world corrupt. We know the world is corrupt. So when it comes to religion and biblical things and spirituality, there's something that's definitely off, something that has been enticing the whole planet into being lullabied to sleep. And it is up to us to shock the world back into awakeness. And it is up to us to give our culture back to our people and take it back, because we've been lied to about who we are. We have been completely bamboozled. You understand? We've been getting the short end of the stick. We've been told one thing while one people benefits from our ignorance. You understand? And so it's time for us to come out of that ignorance. And in doing so, we keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments as the foundation of our understanding and our faith and our obedience to the Most High. And so as we continue on where we left off in the previous Sabbath service, we're going to be starting the book of Numbers, chapter 30 and verse 8. So everybody go ahead and get us there. We're going to go to Numbers chapter 30 and verse 8. And your call, make sure to keep track on the verses. We're going to read 7 at a time, all right? Yeah. Go ahead and start with the interlinear, and we'll be breaking it down into English. We're doing 7 verses at a time. So go ahead and keep up with them too to help them get through the Hebrew. Numbers 30 and 8.
Okay. Book of Numbers, chapter 30, verse 8.
Numbers chapter 30, verse 8.
Wa'am,
Wa'am,
Bayawam,
Bayawam,
Shammai,
Shammai,
Ayasha,
Ayesha,
Yanaya. It's like Yana, Ya'a,
Yana,
Awatha,
Awata,
Wahapar,
Wapar,
Atha,
Ata,
Nadara,
Narawa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Alaya,
Alaya,
Wa'ath,
Wa'at,
Mabata'a,
Mabata. Ta.
Shapathaya.
Shapat.
Shapathaya.
Shapataya.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Asara.
Ashara.
Al.
Al.
Napasha.
Nabasha.
Wa Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh. Wa Yahweh.
Why Yahweh?
Yasalah. Lasai. Yasalach.
Yashalak.
Lach.
La.
Verse 9.
Verse 9.
Wanadar.
When Adar.
Alaman. It's like it. Alam Manah.
Alamana.
Wagara. Wa. Like Washa. Waga.
Waga.
Ra.
Rasha.
Washa. Yeah. Call.
Call.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Asara.
Asara.
Al.
Al.
Napash.
Napash.
Also like it. Napasha.
Napasha.
Yakwarum. Also like Yakwarum.
Yakoram.
Ilaya.
Alaya.
Verse 30.
Verse 30.
No,
Verse 10.
It's like it. Wa'am.
Waam.
Bayath.
Bayat.
Ayasha.
Ayasha.
Nadara.
Nadara.
Awa.
Ara.
Asara.
Asara.
Asar.
Azar.
Al.
Al.
Napash.
Napash.
Basha. It's like it. Basha Ba'ai.
Bashabai.
Verse 11.
Verse 11.
Bashamai.
Washamai.
It's like yeah. It's like Ayash.
Ayash.
Wahaka Rush.
Wahakarash.
La.
La.
La'ah.
La.
Hanaya.
Ha-
Hanaya.
Hananya.
Atah.
Ada.
Wakwamawa.
Wakamawa.
Call.
Call.
Nadara. Ya.
Nanada. Ya. Raya.
Wakal.
Wakal.
Asar.
Ashar.
Asar.
Isar.
Yeah. Ashar.
Ashar.
Asara.
Asara.
Al.
Al.
It's like Napash.
Napash.
Yakwawam.
Yakarum.
Yakwawam.
Yakabwam.
Okay. Verse 12.
Verse 12.
Wa'am.
Waam.
Apar.
Hapar.
Yapar.
Yapar.
Atham.
Atham.
Ayasha.
Ayasha.
Bayawam.
Bayawum.
Shama Iwa.
Shema Iwa.
Call.
Call.
Mawa Taza. Mawa Taza.
Mawa Taza.
Shapathaya.
Shapataya.
Lanada Raya.
Nanda Yara.
Wala'ai Sar.
Walaya Isar.
Napasha.
Napasha.
La'a.
La.
Yakwawam.
Yakarum.
Ayasha.
Ayasha.
Haparum.
Habarum.
La Yahweh.
Ya Yahweh.
Yasalach.
Yasalak.
La.
La. Yasalah.
Verse 13.
Verse 13.
Call.
Call.
Nadar.
Nadar.
Wakal.
Wakal.
Shaba'ith.
Shabbat.
Asar.
Asar.
La'aynath.
Lionat.
Napash.
Napash.
That's like Ayasha.
Ayasha.
Yaquara. It's like Yaqua Ya Manawa.
Yakwana.
It's like Yaqua
Yakwa.
Ya
Ya.
Ma
Ma.
Nawa.
Nawa. Yakwa. Nawa.
Wa Ayasha.
Waayasha.
Yapara Nawa.
Yapara Nawa.
That's the last verse. Verse 14.
Verse 14. Wa'am.
Hakarash.
Hakarash.
Yakarayash.
Yakarayash.
La
La.
Ayasha.
Ayasha.
Mayawam.
Mayawam.
All. Or Allah. No, is it all or Allah, sir? So like
Just all.
all. Yawam.
Ayuram.
Wahakwayam.
Wahakrayam.
Ath.
Call.
Nadarayah.
Nadayara.
Awa. Ath. Call. Asarayah.
Asaraya.
Ashar. Aylayah.
Alaya.
Alayah. Hakwayam.
Hakwayam.
Atham. Kaya. Hakarash. La. Bayawam. Shama Iwa. Go to the English. Start at 30, verse 8 in the English. No. Just go up to
30 verse 8.
Numbers chapter 30, verse 8. But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he heard it, then he shall make her vow which she vowed, and that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect, and the Lord shall forgive her.
Meaning the husband has the ability to cancel a vow that his wife makes. Think about what would you think would be an example of a vow? And of course, people think of vows automatically; they assume wedding ceremony, but this could be any kind of oath or promise that you give, right? So, say for instance, what's an oath or what's a promise that a wife can give that's like a normal everyday thing? Think of one. It's more simple than you think.
I'm gonna leave.
Hmm?
I'm gonna leave.
Leave? No. I'm talking about like an oath that she makes, something that she's gonna keep.
Something she gonna keep.
It could be like, say for instance, she promises to be somebody that helps out around the house, right? Somebody that helps out with the food or the cooking. Sometimes not even at her own house. Maybe she might be a maid servant at someone else's house, right? Like a family member, like an auntie or something, or with a grandparent, somebody that's getting older, somebody that needs help. Maybe her oath is helping the elderly within her family to help maintain them and take care of them as they get older, right? And so when a woman makes a promise like that, it requires the fulfillment of it, the dedication of it. And so on the day that oath is made, if the husband hears this and he deems that it might take her away too much from her duties within her own household, he can disallow it. Now, of course, you're going to use discernment. It depends on what it is, right? So there's many different examples. That's just one example. What's a modern day example of an oath that a woman may have?
It's like it, sir. A note that like a modern day example of an oath a woman may have.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going off a limb here.
Think of like what's happening right now. We got sisters that are prepping camp meals, right? And to be
Okay.
something to be like, well, hey, listen, I'm gonna schedule for camp meals to get made, and sisters that come together on the weekends, Saturday mornings to prepare them, right?
Oh, so like you, sir.
It seems like an oath that could be pretty reasonable. That's
Right.
one that a husband might hear and be like, okay, I could allow that. That's not like that. For one, that's benefiting the whole school, and two, that's not something that's very like that doesn't interrupt anything else that we got going on. So that could be one that could be followed through with.
Right. So like you, sir, if I
Mhm.
may, like garments.
Making garments.
She could make an oath to make so many garments before Passover.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's an example. What if it's starting too late though? Maybe the husband might say, well, maybe you don't have the time or the means to do all that because there's other stuff that needs to get done. But if you plan ahead and do this well ahead of time, it could be good. Or a woman that's planning to go to school, right? Go to college, get a degree. That takes a lot of follow through. That takes grants. It takes funding, all sorts of things. And so, like, just as a woman, when she's a young woman in the household of her father can ultimately decide on whether or not she could do that, right? Given that she's of certain age, right? And then it may come to the point where she has a husband, and then that could be something that could be determined by the husband. Why? Because that could or could not interfere, or it could be a good investment in the future. Because if a woman has a decent, like a typical job you get when you first turn 16, 17, or 18, it may not be enough to, in this economy, to sustain anything, right? So what you want to do is you want to plan ahead. And maybe that woman, maybe she's aspired to be a nurse, or maybe she aspires to be, a surgical tech or something like that, something that requires certification. So her planning to go to school, actually following through with all the paperwork, the admission and all that kind of stuff could be something that, maybe if she's married, that her husband could look at and be like, this is a good idea. This is going to benefit us in the long term. Or if the if the means is not possible at that point in time, and she is helping out with some of the bills around the house, because we know, like I said, the economy is more difficult now. So as you look at how the landscape is as far as work, maybe the husband doesn't need her to work at all. Maybe he can afford that at all, and then she doesn't need to go to school, and so he could say, "Nah, it's not necessary. You don't have to go to school." Or maybe if he needs help with the bills, and he's hoping for her to have a decent paying job in the future that can help out and have extra funds lying around, he might say, "Yeah, no, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that." And then if you need help with any of the financial aspect of it, I'll help cover some of that stuff. And then there's a give and take, right? So those are some oaths. Those are vows. Those are things where you say, you know what, I'm going to do this. But when you say you're going to do something, what the scriptures are saying is follow through with what you say you're going to do. Right. And so whenever you give yourself a task, especially if it's a repetitive task that repeats itself, like going to school multiple days and things like that, then make sure that you follow through with the things that you set out to do. Show discipline, be studious, in whatever it is that you endeavor. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 10. And if she vowed in her husband's house or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband heard it and held his peace at her and disallowed it her not, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she bound her soul shall stand.
Because he didn't object. You understand? So because he didn't object, then that's where it does. The responsibility of following through with the oath or vow is on the woman. Go ahead.
12. But if her husband hath utterly made them void on the day he heard them, then whatsoever proceeded out of her lips concerning her vows or concerning the bond of her soul shall not stand. Her husband hath made them void, and the Lord shall forgive her.
Meaning it clears her conscience from having to follow through with that vow, because her husband is the one that can decide whether or not she's allowed to follow through with it. That's what the scripture says, and that's a righteous thing because this allows for a man to utilize his immediate circle for the benefit of the family at his discretion. Go ahead.
13. And every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul, her husband has established it, or her husband may make it void.
Did we read 14? Go ahead.
But if her husband altogether hold his peace at her from the day to day, then he has established all her vows on her or all her bonds, which are upon her. He confirmed them because he had held his peace at her in the day that he heard them.
Notice that verse, that was verse 14, right?
Yes.
It introduced a new word in all of that. All her vows or all her bonds. Bonds. You know what that word means? Bond? Obligations. That's what that means. Obligations. Bonds. Like when you know the scripture says that we will be sold unto our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, which means what? Slavery, right?
Slavery.
No, we call that we call work slavery, but another word for work is bond, because it is an obligation for finances, right? Of course, in the kingdom and in our own establishment, there will be less of that because of the amount of inheritance that we would receive. And so knowing that part of the reason why we even go to work and to do things is to hopefully one day build enough an inheritance to where you would have a retirement, to have an inheritance, something that you can live off of and then also pass down to the next generation. Once you've, come to the end of your life, you'll be able to pass it down. So it's important to know that there's a righteous order to this, to know that the father of the household would be able to discern oaths that his daughters make, and then of course a husband of a household will be able to discern the things that his wife does. Okay, and that's how things are supposed to be. This isn't was they say misogynistic? Is that what the word is?
Yes.
Where it's like, well, men are just tyrants, and no, this isn't done in a way that is of selfishness or ignorance. These are, of course, in our culture, we are learned men who study the law, men who understand reasoning, men who can discern right from wrong, and good investments and bad investments, and things that are going to be beneficial for the nation. And so you would hope that this woman, of course, in our own society, the women are going to be bound to men that are righteous, men that are wise, that can make smart decisions. And so you would naturally trust the decisions of a man, right? So the woman would trust her husband to make these types of final says. You understand? As a way of like a checks and balances, if you want to think of it like that, or like a veto against an oath, that maybe perhaps they can work that out. Or maybe if she feels as if what her husband is saying is unfair, that she could discuss that with them, and maybe that could change his mind. Or again, if what his say is final, then that's what would hold, and the Most High would recognize that as the ultimate authority of the household. Let's go back to the Hebrew and continue.
And Salaki, if I
Go ahead.
may, if I would put my 2 cents in there,
Go ahead.
that doesn't mean that she can't have what she wants, right? Like women think that just because the Bible says for the man is over them, that they're going to be somehow like in bondage under her husband, right?
That's kind of how society has framed it.
Right.
Like society is framing what the Bible says, and it's not even supposed to be like that. The Bible reveals the reality. But what happens is now people have taken religion and have become too laxed in what they think it means, and have abused that to the point where now women think that the liberty is completely up to them and that they could do whatever they want. But the problem is, yeah, you could physically do what you want, but the Most High will give consequences for the things that you choose to do.
That's true.
Now, one thing I was gonna say is like the women think it's gonna be like. Have you ever seen that show Christy? No, movie Christy.
Which one is that?
That movie Christy with the boxer. She was a boxer, and her husband was like real, like how can I say? He's real. He was controlling all her money. He was controlling everything about her. That's how women think it's gonna be. They think it's gonna be like that, but it's not. It's gonna be completely different from what women think because they think it's gonna be like how Christy and her husband was, and that was a terrible relationship. He had her so tightly. He knew who she was talking to. He had her phone, everything. And when she tried to leave, he ended up stabbing her and shooting her. It was a crazy story. Y'all gotta watch that. It's crazy.
A movie you said?
Yeah,
Christy?
the movie Christy. This is about a boxer.
Okay.
But he pretty much got rich off of her and just controlled her funds, everything.
Right.
But that's how women think it's gonna be.
Right. Like it's like if I may too, like actually like Handmaid's Tale too. I don't know if y'all seen that to where like they're really oppressive over their their partners, but it's not like that at all. If a woman actually submits and is in her feminine, she actually gonna get more out of her husband. Your how what is that word I'm looking for? Your femininity is actually going to show, and it's going to cause your husband to be more compassionate, more loving towards you.
Women. I see a lot of these compilation videos of women that are single and saddened, and a lot of them will say, "Man, I don't want to be an independent woman no more. I hate having to figure all the stuff out." That's why the women say, "I just need a man to do all the thinking for me." That sounds like a spirit that you could work with, right? Like, because the thing is, it's like I understand where you're coming from with that, because doing all of the responsibilities and stuff and having to handle everything on your own is innately kind of masculine. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're talking about. That happened in 2010. She survived by playing dead while Jim took a shower, then got up, took her keys and the gun, and escaped. Okay. And he was sentenced to 25 years in prison and died at the age of 80. Okay, I never heard of that. But no, we're not trying to be tyrants of the household. That's not the idea of what it is to have a functioning relationship, because those relationships will typically fail. And a lot of the time, like especially us in hell, it always kind of comes down to like stupid things like finances, right? That seems to be one of the biggest hurdles, and that is by design. It is by design that it is like that, because our oppressor knows that when we struggle financially, and that's why the opportunities for our people have been, I don't want to say they've been hindered completely, because the opportunities are definitely there to some extent, right? But it is a bit skewed. If you grew up in the ghetto, the books in your school aren't as high quality, the school teachings aren't as high quality, and therefore the upbringing, the growth, the transition from the K through 12 system into college, and just basically finding jobs within a certain region might not be as accessible as in other places. And so what happens is you have an entire society growing in a place where financial instability is more common. I'm just saying it as general as I can, but you already know exactly what I mean by that. Right. You talk about gentrification, then you come to the point of talking about ghettos and barrios and reservations, and then you come to find out that's where most of our people are. Is that by design? Are we completely at blame for being in that predicament? No. Now, of course, having a spiritual mindset about it all, you can look through it and you can push through it, but it takes a lot of discipline, and that's why order is necessary in the household. And that's why it's important for men to step up and be men, responsible in handling their things and being diligent in all manner of business. Okay, because being part of the school, being part of the body of Christ is something that is of utmost importance. But also what comes with it is the responsibility of making sure that everything is maintained, that the tabernacle is maintained, that the livelihood of the functions of the body of Christ are maintained. And so it comes without saying that men have an even greater responsibility. And if it's up to them to ease responsibility off the women in the household, then that's hey, that's completely up to them, because that just helps everything run smoother, given that that brother has the wisdom to decide on what should and shouldn't be done. Go ahead and keep reading though. You actually going back to the Hebrew?
Come.
All right. You're gonna read 2 verses that finishes up the chapter, and then you're gonna read another 5 verses on the next chapter. So 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna read through the 5th verse on the next chapter. Go ahead and read that in the Hebrew.
Numbers chapter 30, verse 15.
Numbers chapter 30, verse 15.
Wa'am,
Wa'am,
hapar,
hapar,
yapar,
yapar,
atham,
atham,
akaraya,
akarayam,
shama'aiwa,
shama'aiwa,
wanasha'a,
asha,
ath,
ath,
iwana,
wana.
verse 16.
Verse 16.
Allah,
Allah,
haka, kwayam,
Akakarmum, Kanyum,
shar,
Ashar,
tazawa,
Tazawa,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
ath,
Ath,
masha,
Mashar,
bayan,
Bayan,
ayash,
Ayash,
la ashan, tawa,
Laash, Tawa,
bayan,
Bayan,
ab,
Ab,
labathawa,
Labatawa,
bana ayrayath,
Mana Arayash,
bayath,
Bayath,
abayah,
Abaya,
verse 1. Numbers 31, verse 1.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 1.
Wayadabar,
Wayadabar,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
al,
Al,
masha,
Mashah,
la amar,
La'amar,
verse 2.
verse 2.
Naquam,
Naquam,
naquamath,
Naquamath,
banaya,
Manaya,
yashra'ala,
Yashala,
ma'ath,
Ma'at,
hamada, ya, nayam,
Hamandaya, Nayam,
akhar,
Hakar,
ta'isap,
Ta'as, Sap,
all,
All,
imayak, imayak,
Amayak,
verse 3.
verse 3.
Wayadabar,
Wayadabar,
masha,
Mashah,
it's like all,
All,
ha'im,
Hayam,
la amar,
La'amar,
kala tazawa,
Haka, La,
tazawa,
Tazawa,
ma'athakam,
Ma'atakam,
anasha yum,
Nashanyam,
la tazaba'a,
Latsa Tazabaya,
wayahayawa,
Yawa,
al,
All,
madayan,
Madayan,
latha,
Lata,
nakwamath,
Nakawamat,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
mabadayan,
by the Manyan.
verse 4.
Verse 4.
Alap,
Alap,
lamata,
Lamata,
alap,
Alap,
lamata,
Lamata,
lakal,
Lakal,
matawath,
Matawat,
yashra'ala,
Yasha Rala,
dashalach. So like dashalakawa,
Tashalakawa,
latazaba'a,
La Tazaba'a.
verse 5.
Verse 5.
Wayamasa rawa, Waya,
Waya,
Masa,
Masa,
Rawa,
Bravo,
Ma'ala, Paya,
Ma'ala,
Paya,
Paya,
Yasra'ala,
Yashala,
Alap,
Alap,
Lamata,
Lamata,
Shanayam,
Shanayam,
Aishar,
Ashar,
Alap,
Alap,
Kalawa, Tazaya,
Kadawa, Tazaya,
Tazaba'a.
Tasaba.
Okay, now go to English.
That was unit 5. All right, go ahead and get that.
Numbers chapter 13, verse 15. But if she had anyways make them void after he have heard them, then he shall bear her.
Numbers 30, right?
Yes, 30 and 15.
All right, go ahead.
But if he shall in any ways make them void after that he had heard them, then he shall bear her iniquity.
Meaning, once he held his tongue the day that she made that void, and then tries to renege on it and change it later on and say, nah, you know what, I changed my mind. And that means he has to bear her iniquity, meaning that if he tries to cut it off, it's on him because it already been accepted. And for him to change his mind is like breaking that oath. And so it takes the responsibility of the oath off of her, and then the blame is on him. So whatever the consequences are for it not being fulfilled is then on the husband. Go ahead.
These are the statutes which the Lord commanded Moses between a man and his wife, between the father and his daughter, being yet in her youth in her father's house.
All right, go on to the next chapter.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. Afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people.
So this is again talking about the Midianites, right? And so this is a tribe that descended from Midian. It says that the territory of the tribe descended from Midian is located principally in the desert north of the Arabian Peninsula. North of the Arabian Peninsula. So if you look on the map of the Arabian Peninsula, it's the land north of that. Okay. Just letting you know kind of where this is at. Yeah, can you bring me water when you come back? The water. Go ahead. Go ahead and read.
And Moses spake unto the people, saying, arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge the Lord of Midian.
Now, why is it that he's saying avenge? And we dealt with the Midianites before.
Con.
And so now it's time for us to kind of follow through with that. Now, understand this. That the Most High does ordain for Israel to conquest the land that belongs to Israel. All right. So that is actually biblical. We talked about this at camp just the other day, a couple of days back. Oh, the water, brother. Thank you. Appreciate that. Now, what was it that the term that I used that actually kind of reflects this more or less? There's a modern term that the Israeli state is actually trying to fulfill that is very much so tied to these scriptures because they are trying to superimpose themselves as the Israelites. What is that called? It's called the Greater Israel Project because the land of Israel as it stands today is just a sliver of the portion of land that is outlined in the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Now, in that land of the Bible, the land that belongs to Israel, inheritance for all 12 tribes, is way larger than the Israeli state as it currently stands. And they're a population of about 9 million people, I think, which is not a very large amount. But what one thing that they do have going for them is that they're actually having a higher birth rate than other countries that are around them because of the amount of sheer funding that is thrown their way to help their population growth. So they're on track to actually being able to grow and eventually maybe perhaps be the kind of civilization that could take up more of that land. But I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody quite grows as fast as the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Israelites that are here and now been far removed from our borders and have been removed to the four corners of the earth where we have been scattered, as the scripture prophesied. where we do grow in number very quickly. And so us being in that land would be able to populate that land very quickly. Now, it goes without saying that since the land itself has people that are already living there, just like how it was back then when this was going on, we left Egypt, we went into the wilderness, and now the Most High is starting to have us make moves in the land to start conquering that land, right? So biblically, that is a part of it. Now, what is that called in today's terminology when it comes to conquest and basically removing people from their land? There's a term for it, and it's a hot topic in the politics, in the geopolitical arenas right now. Think about Gaza. What do they keep saying the Gaza situation is? They say it's a mass. What?
It's not eradication.
That's close. That's very close.
Genocide? No,
Yep, that's it.
genocide.
Genocide. They call it genocide, or they call it ethnic cleansing, right? Ethnic cleansing or genocide. And so, if you were to look at this exact situation that we're reading right here in the Bible, and you were to give it a term, where the Most High, the Lord is saying to avenge him and to remove the Midianites. Read that verse again.
Avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. Afterwards shalt thou be gathered unto thy people.
Afterwards shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. Go ahead.
And Moses spake unto the people, saying, arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge the Lord of Midian.
Keep going.
Of every tribe 1,000, throughout all the tribes of Israel shall you send to the war.
So the Most High is requesting for 1,000 of each tribe. That's actually not. That's a very small portion of our armies. We just went through the book of Numbers, and we were talking about how the tribes actually literally had dozens of thousands of basically able-bodied men that can go to war. Like the tribe of Judah was, what was it? It was like 40 something, 50 something.
Yeah.
Was it more or less? It was something like that. And that was just
that.
was just the men.
Right.
Right. So, and then some of the tribes, smaller amounts, but definitely enough to be able to supply 1,000 men from each tribe. This is interesting. This is kind of like it's like a draft. It's like a draft because like get 1,000 from each tribe. Now, what's the mentality of these 1,000 men from each tribe? Do you think that they're reluctant to want to go, or do you think they're jumping at the chance to go? What do you think the spirit is in them?
Some of them, it's going to be jumping at the chance to go, but some of them are going to be reluctant because they don't have the numbers.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it doesn't say.
Fact.
Yeah, at least we haven't read that yet.
Right.
So we can't make the assumption. But what I am going to say is that we know that what it has said already is that it says, avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. So this is some get back. Avenging the children of Israel, meaning that the Midianites had got the best of Israel at some point during these wars.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be with it.
Because the thing is, if I'm not mistaken, the Midianites were the ones that those break-off groups tried to go in battle, and they ended up losing. Remember? They didn't have the Ark of the Covenant with them. That might have been the Midianites, if I'm not mistaken. And so at that time, Israel failed. Why? Because the Lord wasn't with the break-off group that went out to try to fight against the heathen. But now we have the opportunity to clear up our name. And when it comes to our ability to clear up our name, it's important for us to go in with the understanding that, one, God is giving us the order to do it, so it needs to get done, and that the Most High would be with us in this endeavor. Just like in the time of the Maccabees had to fight against larger armies than what they had, and would come out victorious, and even in some cases wouldn't even lose a single soldier. You know how glorious that would be? Can you imagine the glory that would come to the brethren that are a part of that, that have the opportunity to do that? And so in warfare, you have the swordsman and the swordsmith. And both of them are utilized to their fullest potential. And you have to have both. You have to have the ones that are the ones that want all the smoke, the ones that are ready to get in there and get into the action and handle business and deal with warfare. And then the tacticians. This is just as important in its own right, just as difficult in its own right. And so the execution of war is something that we'll be reading about here in this chapter. Go ahead.
So there were delivered out of the 1,000 of Israel, 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war.
Now let's go back to the Hebrew. I'm going to read from verses 6 through 12. Let me catch up with you. Let's see. Numbers 31 and 6.
Numbers 31 and verse 6.
It's like it. Give me 1 second. Wayashalach,
Wala Shalah,
Atham,
Atham,
Mashah,
Mashah,
Alap,
Alap,
Lamata,
Lamata,
La Tazabah,
La Tazabah,
Atham,
Atham,
Wa'ath,
Wa'ath,
Payanakat. It's like it. Payanachas,
Pananehas,
Ban,
Ban,
Allah Izar,
Ala Azar,
Hakahan,
Hakahan,
La Tazabah,
La Tazabah,
Wakalya,
Wakalya,
Ha Kodash,
HaKodash,
Wacha Tazar Wa,
Waha Tazar,
Tazarwa, Ha Hathar Wa'ai,
Ha Nadar, Ta'ai,
Wa'ai,
Wa'ai,
Bayadwa.
Yadwa.
Verse 7.
Verse 7.
Waya Tazab Awa.
Waya Tazaba Baya.
Yeah. Let me try it again. Waya Tazaba Awa.
Waya Tazaba Iowa.
Isle.
Oh,
Madayan.
Mayan.
Ka Ashar.
Kaya Shar.
Tazawa.
Tazawa.
Yahawa.
Yahweh.
Ath.
Ath.
Mashah.
Mashah.
Wa Yahar Gawa.
Wahaya Gagawa.
Kal.
Gal.
Zakar.
Zakar.
What I say we were reading to, it was from verse 6. 1, 2, 3,
BB 12.
to 12. Okay. Verse 8. Wa'ath.
Wa'ath.
Malakia.
Malakia.
Madayan.
Madian.
Hadagawa.
Adagawa.
Isle.
Ah.
Halal Yaham.
Yeah. How I come.
Yeah. Halal Yaham.
Kala. Yahweh come.
Ath.
At.
Awai.
I.
Wa'ath.
Wa'at.
Raquam.
Waquam.
Wa'ath.
Wa'at.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Wa'ath.
Wa'at.
Hawar.
Hawar.
Wa'ath.
Wa'at.
Rabbi.
Rabbi.
Hamashath.
Hamashat.
Malakia.
Malakia.
Madayan.
Marian.
Wa'ath.
Wa'at.
Bala'im.
Balaam.
Ban.
Bun.
Ba'awar.
Ba'awar.
Haragawa.
Hawagawa.
Ba'charab.
Ba'karab.
Verse 9.
Verse 9.
Wayashabwa.
Wa'ashabwa.
Banya.
Banya.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Atha.
Ata.
Nasha.
Nasha.
Madayan.
Marian.
Wa'ath.
Wa'at.
Tapam.
Tapam.
Wa'ath.
Wa'at.
Kal.
Kal.
Bahamatham.
Bahamatam.
Wa'ath.
Wa'at.
Kal.
Kal.
Makwanaham.
Makwananham.
Wa'ath.
Wa'at.
Kal.
Kal.
Kayalam.
Kayalam.
Bazazawa.
Basazawa.
Verse 10.
Verse 10.
Wa'ath.
Wa'at.
Kal.
Call.
Irayahum.
Ayabraham.
Bama washabatham.
Bama. Washapatum.
Wa'ath.
Baat.
Kal.
Call.
Tayaratham.
Tayabratum.
Sharapwa.
Shabrabwa.
Ba'ash.
Baash.
Are we on verse 11?
Verse 11.
Go ahead and get back with him on it. You call? You got 2 verses left.
31:11.
Yeah. 31:11. Yes, 31:11.
Numbers 31:11.
Numbers 31:11.
Wayakwa kawa
Why Kawa Ath
call
Call
ashola
Hashalah
wa'a
Wa
call
Call
hamana kwa wath. No, it's like it. Hamana kwa wach
Haman La Ka Wath
wach
Wak
ba'adam
Ba'adam
waba bahama
Waba Hana Ma sorry.
verse 12.
Verse 12.
Wayaba awa
Wayaba Awa
all
All
masha
Masha
wa
Wow
alay zar
Allah Zar
hakahan
Hakahan
wa
Wow
aidath
Adat
banaya
Banaya
yashu'ala
Yashala Ath
ashabaya
Hashabaya
wa'ath
Wa'ath
hamala kwa wach
Halam Halama Kwath Wa'ath
hashalah
Hashalah
all hama hamakana
Hamam Na
hamakana
Hamam Na Ka Hana
all irabath
Amrabath
mawa ab
Mara Ab
ashor
Ashar
all yaradan
Yavadan
yara kawa
Yavakawa
13, sir.
No, go back to the English. You was at verse 6. It's very serious stuff that we're talking about right here. We're reading about the extermination of a people ordered by God to do it. Know that there's times for things like this, extremes like this, especially in a time where Israel is being built up. Pay attention to what's being read right here because this is how it's supposed to be done. Go ahead.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 6. And Moses sent them to the war, 1,000 of every tribe,
Mhm.
them and Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, to the war with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand.
What does that say? Read that again.
And Moses sent them to the war, 1,000 of every tribe,
Right.
them and Phinehas,
Phineas, the son of Eleazar, the priest.
Eleazar, the priest.
Notice that the first thing that it mentions when it mentions all of the ranks is the priest. Son of Phineas, the son of Eleazar, the priest. And what else is with them? Go ahead.
To the war with the holy instrument.
A holy instrument. Keep going.
And the trumpets to blow in his hand.
Now, what is it that we understand about music? I'm gonna tell you something about music today. Music is warfare. You think that music is entertainment? You think music is about fun and romance and all that? No. That's not what the trumpets were made for. That's not what the holy instruments were made for. The drum, the trumpet, it was to keep a cadence. It was to keep a cadence, because one thing about the movement of the body when it's in rhythm, especially for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, where music is prevalent in all of our tribes. Music and the beat of the drum of war keeps your body in a rhythm that allows you to get in what's called a flow state, where warfare and movement becomes natural. Case in point, something as simple as playing basketball. If I'm shooting around in a basketball court and there's no music, I'll do okay. I put on some hip hop, man, I'm hitting at least 50% from the field. I'm hitting three pointers in a row. I'm hitting all my free throws. My crossovers are just a little bit more fluid because I hear the beat of the hip hop. Preferably 90s hip hop, not that stupid mumble rap that they play today. But I'm telling you right now that you know, that's why a lot of times you see basketball players on the court when they're warming up, what they got on? They got on headphones, right? They got their earbuds, or they got them stupid ones that wrap around their head. I don't know how they get away with that, because I'd be sweating on that. But they get into that rhythm. Well, guess what? War is like that too. Of course, you need communication in war. You can't just wear headphones and listen to rock music or whatever rap you listen to as you're out there. You know, you need to be able to hear your brothers. But the warfare, the holy instruments, the trumpets, those are things that can give out orders at a loud sound that can help people understand the movements that need to be made. There should be a code to it. There should be a certain signal that is given for retreat, or to push forward, or to flank, or to regroup. You understand? And so that comes with it. Music is warfare. And if you're listening to music that makes you dumb and makes you a pothead and makes you weak or makes you effeminate, you're losing that battle. You think Esau doesn't know that music is warfare? He uses it against you. That's why you're selling drugs in the hood. Music has become a tool that has become part of our destruction. So how do we change that? We make our own music. We make a Lost Tribes production. Got our own label now. Now we got artists like Captain Akkad Abarayam. They ain't gonna give you no soft stuff. What does he say? The only thing sweet is the honey jack. That's the only thing that's sweet. Everything else is austere. we got Officer Shar 2G, right? Right. We got, you know, think of all the brothers. Captain Kataza, Officer Dawada. You understand? Hell, even Captain Yataza been on a couple tracks, I heard. You know what I'm saying? Captain, it's like Officer Awanyala. Brothers that are going to beat that war drum, because the thing is, we understand music is warfare, and we have to have a different mindset than just rolling around listening to mumble rap and trap music. I understand that you may have grown up with some of that. I used to grow up with Memphis rap. I used to grow up with Houston rap. But yeah, at some point you got to grow up out of that, man, and get to something that's going to actually get your mind set on warfare. Keep going.
Verse 7, and they warred against the Midianites as the Lord commanded Moses, and they slew all the males.
They slew all the males. They killed them all. They killed all the men of the Midianites. Go ahead.
And they slew the kings of Midian, besides the rest of them that were slain.
I gotta double check on something. Read it. Keep reading.
Namely, Evi, Rechem, and Zor, and Hur, and Reba, and 5 kings of Midian.
Mm-hmm.
Balaam, also the son of Beor.
We read about Balaam, the son of Beor. That was the one that was the I don't know if it was the Moabites or the Midianites that were trying to get him to curse Israel, and he literally didn't, because he couldn't, because the angel wouldn't allow him to curse Israel. And he even was part of the crossfire in this, so he got killed too. That just goes to show that he was a non-factor. He wasn't nobody that was an Israelite or somebody that was meant to survive. He was there to specifically prevent them from getting any kind of cursing against Israel. but he was forfeited as well. He didn't fall by the sword by the 12,000 Israelites that were sent over there to basically murk them. Go ahead.
And they slew with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
9. And the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captives and their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle, and all their flocks, and all their goods.
So the children of Israel took all the women of the Median captives and all their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle and all their flocks and all their goods. Go ahead.
And they burned all the cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire.
And they burnt everything to a crisp. It was a complete annihilation. That's called ethnic cleansing. That's called genocide.
Right.
God told us to do that. We did that. Any questions? Go ahead.
And they took all the spoil and all the prey, both men and of beasts.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp at the plains of Moab, which are Jordan near Jericho.
Right. Now, of course, they brought all this back to present it to Moses to see what he had to say. So let's go ahead and go back to the Hebrew, read from verses 13 through 19.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 19. Waya Tazai Awa Mashah Wa'a La Azar Hakahan Wakal Nashaya Iowa Ha'ida Wa Lakara Atam All Makawatasa Lamakana. Verse 14. Waya ta Waya Kwa Tazap Masha Pakadaya Hakayal Sharaya Hayapayam Rashaya Hama'awat Habayayam Mantazabaya Hamalakaya Malakama.
There you go. Verse 15.
Verse 15.
Waya'amar
Wayamar
alayaham.
Alayaham
It's like alayaham.
Alayalaham
Masha.
Masha
Hakaya yatham.
Hakaya Natham
Call. Nakwaba.
Nakwa what?
Nakwaba.
Nakwaba.
Slack you, sir. Slack you, sir.
Mm-hmm. Hey, copy your. Oh, they might be for next door. Oh, cool. Come on.
Verse 16.
Verse 16.
Kan,
Kan,
kana,
kana,
hayan, is a hayawa,
hayawa,
labanya,
labanya,
yasha'ala,
yashala,
badabar,
balabar,
bala'ain,
balaim,
lamasar,
lamasar,
ma'al,
ma'ayo,
ba yahawa,
banyahawa,
al,
al,
bar,
tabar,
pa'ay, bor,
payawar,
watah, haya,
wata,
haya,
haya,
hama, it's like hama, pa, hama, hamagap, pa,
hama, gapa.
verse 17.
Verse 17.
Wa'aita,
Whoa. What? Mm. Hama, gapa. And then.
oh, I skipped it. It's like, good catch.
Was that the end of it?
No.
Verse 16.
Verse, we're still in 16.
Ba'aidath,
But I doth
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
good catch. Verse 17.
Verse 17.
Wa'aita,
Wa'ata
Harag, Gar,
Hawa
Haragar,
Haragar.
Call,
Call.
Zakar,
Zakar.
Batap,
Batap.
Wakal,
Bakal.
Aisha,
Asha.
Yada, Ith,
Yada Ait.
Ayash,
Ayash.
Lama Shah, Kab,
Lama Yash Kab.
Zakar,
Zakar.
Harag, Harag, Gawa,
Hamagawa.
verse 18.
Verse 18.
Wakal,
Bakal.
Tap,
Hatap.
Banashayam,
Banana Shayam.
Ashar,
Ashar.
La'a,
La.
Yada, Iwa,
Yada Iowa.
Mashakab,
Mashaka.
Zakar,
Yosakar.
Hakayawa,
Hakayawa.
Lakam,
Lakam.
verse 19.
Verse 19.
Wa'atam,
Wa'atam.
Kanawa,
Kanaw.
Makaw, Waktaza,
Maka Wataza.
Lamakana,
Laman Kana.
Shaba'ai,
Shabbat.
Yamayam,
Yam Yam.
Call,
Call.
Harar,
Harak.
Napash,
Nampash.
Wakal,
Wakal.
Nagai,
Nagai.
Bakal, La. It's like Bakal, La,
Bakal La.
Tataka, Ta'awa,
Tahak. Tak.
Sa,
Ta.
like Ta, Ka, Ta'awa,
Ta. Ka. Na. Tawa.
right, Awa, yeah. Bayawam,
Bayawam.
Hash, Shalaya, Shaya,
Hala. Shala.
Shaya,
Shaw.
Waba, Ya, Wam,
Waba Yayam. Why? Why?
Wa, Ba,
Waba Yay.
Wam,
Wam.
Hashabaya Aya.
Hasabai Iowa
Atham.
Antam
Washabaya Kam.
Washabaya Kum.
Where do we stop?
19.
19. Okay, what the
All right, you start at verse 13. Go ahead and read 13.
Moses and Eleazar the priest and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp.
So, so now it was time to give report after the war was accomplished. They accomplished their task. So go ahead.
Moses was wroth with the officers of the host.
It says what?
Moses was wroth with the officers of the host,
The officers of the host, and we'll go ahead.
with the captains over 1,000 and captains over hundreds who came from the battle.
So here we go with those ranks again, officers and captains. Moses was wroth with them. What does that mean? He had an issue with something that he saw with what they brought back. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto them, have you saved all the women alive?
He says, "You brought back all the women." Let's see what he's saying. Go ahead.
Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord.
You remember that couple that there was a brother, I forget which tribe he was, that brought back a heathen to the tabernacle and got killed for it. The scripture literally said that they got thrusted through with the javelin, with the spear. Moses is bringing back to that information. He says that these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord, which was what? Meaning we can't be mingling with the other nations. We're not supposed to be mingling with them. So let's see what Moses says. Go ahead.
Now therefore kill every male among the little ones.
But they're children. But those are children. We're supposed to kill the male children too? Yes. Because that's how you're supposed to do it when warfare takes place. Because the nation of Israel does not mingle with anybody else.
Right.
Because the God of the Bible is the same God in the Old Testament and the New Testament. But people don't seem to understand that. People don't seem to understand that God, as merciful as he is, has given a path for the Gentiles, meaning the Israelites that are among the heathen, to come back to our righteous culture. You know how specific that is? Because God doesn't want us to be mingled with the other nations. He's literally saying to kill all the male. Because I'm gonna tell you something. This is very important. Y'all need to understand this. When the conquest of the Americas took place, the Edomites did not do this. They killed a lot of the men that were at war with them. Yeah, a lot of the Israelites, a lot of the Native Americans, and the different South American tribes that were going against him. But he did not kill all the males. Because people are so quick to mention, well, they raped all the women and, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not extermination. The biblical extermination would have been to completely kill all the men, all of the boys, all of the children that have a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how it's supposed to actually be done. That's how you actually ethnic cleanse. Esau did not do that. You know why he didn't do that? Because he's lazy. Because he wanted to keep some of the men to mine for them, to work to be slaves for them. What did they do? They did the same thing to at the Alamo. At the Alamo, what did they do? They said, what did they say? Kill the Indian, save the child, or something like that.
Sorry, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
It was a kill the Indian, save the man. So, in other words, so they can have a slave, like you're saying.
That's what happened.
Because the Indians, they were, how can I say, feisty. Not feisty, but like, how can I say, they were going against them. right? So they want to kill that ideology of that warfare in them.
Exactly. And that's that making our people docile and to be assimilated among them is what the other nations do. That's why the Tower of Babel was very much akin to that. That's why the Manifest Destiny was about all these people coming together and building up a strong country and assimilating as much as the people as they can into them. That's how Rome operated. That's how Greece operated. They would take over a land and then they would assimilate the people that they took over into their people. That's how they operate. The way God operates with his people, the children of Israel, those that he chose to basically rule the world with their inheritance, is to completely annihilate, especially in this land that would become the land of Israel, that you have to get rid of all of the people in that land, all of the males. Hell, I wouldn't even consider, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was all the women that got killed too, or just all the people. But we're seeing a very specific example right now of them getting rid of all of the men and all of the boys that are amongst the Midianites. And and then it goes even more specific. Keep reading. There's a little bit more there you got to read. As we got to understand about the culture of Israel. Go ahead.
Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman, and that have known a man by lying with him.
Go ahead.
But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with them, keep alive for yourselves.
Read that again.
But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with them, keep alive for yourselves.
Meaning the women that are of married, the women that have not known man means what? That they're not married. The women that are unmarried keep alive. What does that mean for all the women that were married?
Done.
They got murked.
This is over.
God ordained for Israel to kill all of the married women of the Midianites. You understand that?
Right.
That the only ones that survived were the ones that had no bloodline ties to the Midianites. Meaning what? Meaning that there was no one to carry on the Midianite seed to assimilate until the nation of Israel. That's why it's so important. That's why it's so important for, and this right here completely goes against the nation of the Israelis today. You know why? Because they claim their ancestry to that land based off of the lineage of their mother. That is not biblical. The way that God operates is the understanding of the importance of the male figure of the household.
Right.
And the bloodline that comes from father to son, father to son, father to son. You see that with every prophet in the Bible. You see that even with Christ and his lineage leading all the way back, all the way to the beginning. Traces Christ's lineage all the way to Adam. Because physically, he was born of a male, Joseph, from the tribe of Judah, from the seed of David, from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You cut that off. That's how you cut a people off. The Midianites were completely slain by the sword to the point where the only thing that was left amongst them was the women that had not been married and the women children, or the girls among them that had not known man, meaning they were too young to be married off. So that means that those were the only ones that were kept. Go ahead.
Verse 19. And do ye abide without the camp 7 days, whosoever hath killed any person, whosoever hath touched any slain. Purify both yourselves and your captives on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day.
Purify meaning baptize, meaning wash with water on the 3rd day and on the 7th day. Go ahead.
That's it.
That's 19. All right, go ahead and go back to the Hebrew. We're going to read from verse 20 through 26. So y'all understand that about warfare?
Yes.
That's the idea. The idea is to actually exterminate all the men and all the women that have been married.
Right.
That's what it is. And then if God ordains, if he says that you're not to lie with anybody of the other nations at all, then they are not, you're not going to be lying. Now, again, what's not implied here? What's not said here? Because fake Israelites will be like, see, you can marry the other nations. No, that's not what it's saying. It's saying that you can't even have anybody that has been married amongst our people. Now, these women that would grow up, they would be what? handmaidens.
Right. But select you, sir. Because if they were the reason why it was saying that they have been married is because they could be with child, and that child could bring forth the seed of your enemy.
True. Could be. Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
So you eliminate the possibility, then it probably won't happen.
Right.
That's the way that you operate. Go ahead.
Book of Numbers, chapter 31, verse 20 in the Hebrew.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 20.
Wakal,
Wakal,
but God,
Magad,
Wakal,
Wakal,
Kalaya,
Kalaya,
I war,
Awar,
Wakal,
Komokal,
Ma'aisha,
Ma'asha,
I Zayam,
Aziyam,
Wakal,
Wakal,
Kalaya,
Kalaya,
I Taza,
Ataza,
Tataka, Ta Iwa,
Tata, Ya,
Ka
Awa.
Verse 21.
Verse 21.
Waya Amar,
Baya Amor,
Izar,
La Azar,
Hakahan,
Akahan,
All,
All,
I Na Shaya,
Anashaya,
Hataza Ba'a,
Azaza, Ba'a,
Haba'ayam,
Abaya,
Lamala Khanma,
Lama, Ya,
Yeah. Yeah, Lama,
Lama,
La
La,
Kama,
Kama,
Za'ath,
Zaat,
Kakwath,
Kakwat,
Hatha Wa Rah,
Hazata, Ra,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Tazawah,
Tazawa,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ath,
Ath,
Mashah.
Masha.
Verse 22.
Verse 22.
Ak,
Ak,
Ath,
At,
Hazahab,
Hazahab,
Wa'ath,
Wa'ath,
Hakasap,
Hakasab,
Ath,
Ath,
Hanakashah,
Hanakashat,
Ath,
Ath,
Habarazal,
Habarazal,
Ath,
Ath,
Habadayal,
Habadanyol,
Wa'ath,
Wa'at,
Ha'ai Parath.
Wa'i Parath.
Verse 23.
Verse 23.
Call,
Call,
Dabar,
Debar,
Ashar,
Ashor,
Yaba'a,
Yaba'a,
Ba'ash,
Ba'ash,
Tha'ibaya, Rawa,
Ta'abaya, Ya,
Rawa.
Rawa,
Ba'ash,
Ba'ash,
Watah. It's like Watahar,
Watahar,
Ak,
Ak,
Bamaya,
Bamaya,
Nada,
Nada,
Yathakata'a,
Yatanakata,
Wakal,
Wakal,
Ashar,
Ashar,
La'a,
La'a,
Yaba'a,
Yaba'a,
Ba'ash,
Ba'ash,
Tha'ibaya, Rawa,
Ta'abaya, Raiwa,
Bamayam.
Balayan.
Verse 24.
Verse 24,
Where we stopped, sir?
26.
26.
Okay. Wakabasa. It's like a Wakabasa thumb.
Waka bus not come.
Yeah, Waka
Waka
ba satam,
basatam.
ba baga da yakam,
Baka da yakam.
ba yawam,
Bayarum.
hashabaya. It's like hashabaya ya I. It's like hashabaya aya,
Habasha ya. Aya.
wataharatham,
Wata yaharatam.
wa'akar,
Waya kar.
daba awa,
Taba awa.
all
Oh.
amakana
Hamana. Hama.
kana.
Kana.
There you go. Verse 25.
Verse 25.
Waya waya wa slakya waya amar
Waya amor.
Yahweh
Yahweh.
all
Oh.
Masha
Masha.
la amar.
La amor.
Verse 26.
Verse 26.
Sha'ah
Sha'ath.
ath
Ath.
ra'ash
Waash.
mala wath
Malakowat.
hashabaya
Ashabaya.
ba'adam
Badam.
wa bahama
Maba.
bahama
Bahanma.
atha
Ata.
wa ala izar
Wa'ala.
Azor.
Azor.
hakahan
Akahan.
wa ra'a shaya
Wa'a. Wa.
like wa
Sha'a.
it's like wa ra'a
Wa. A.
shaya
Sha.
ya
Ya.
abawath
Abawath.
ha'ida.
Ada.
There you go. Back to the English.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 20. And purify all your raiment, and all that is made of skins, and all the work of goat's hair, and other things made of wood.
You gotta clean everything up. It wasn't just though you take all this and you just leave all the germs on it and you just assimilate it into your lifestyle. No, everything had to be cleansed. Even the people that got taken, that still were the ones that weren't killed, had to be taken and cleansed on the and purified. And then of course the ones that did the killing had to be purified. The stuff that they had to be cleaned. Like you see how Israel is so clean with everything, the quarantine aspect of it, the purification aspect of it. It's our culture to wash stuff, right? It's you see that time and time again. That's how blacks and Hispanics are. We always are trying to be clean, while as other nations they let dogs sleep on their bed and they take 2 showers a week. You understand? We ain't like that. We work one day at the work job. Like I got the first thing I do when I get home is shower, right? Other nations, they sitting there, they laying in bed with their work clothes on. You know, it's like, nah, bro, I don't know. I can't do that. I can be getting itchy, bro. I get itchy as hell, itchy and scratchies. I'm like, nah. What's up? Oh, God. All right. Let's go ahead. Go ahead.
And others are the priests said unto the men of war which went to the battle. This is the ordinance of the law, which the Lord commanded Moses. Only the gold and the silver and the brass and the iron and the tin and the lead, everything that may abide the fire, he shall make it to go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water of separation, and all that abideth not the fire, you shall make go through the water.
You know what's important about this? Why it says the gold, the silver, the brass, the iron, the tin, and the lead. Those are items that can go through the fire. Why is it that they would want to purify even those things? They may have been used for idols.
Right.
So to break it down and let it go through the fire means it purifies it. It allows it to be used for a different purpose. That's something that they call smithing, right?
Right.
Where they'll actually break it down and repurpose it. And so that's something that can be done with these items right here that it's mentioning, because gold and silver and brass and all these are valuable elements. They can be used for weapons. They can be used for the tabernacle. But before they can be used for that, it has to pass through the fire to get any of its previous purpose off of it. You know, when you actually change the tensile strength of a material, you change what's called its tensile memory. It remembers how to stay in a specific structure. I've done this. I've actually done this. We do what's called hot stamping at the factory where we build the Cybertrucks. We have to take boron steel, and it comes to us in a flat platter, right? It's a custom-made platter to build for the side, the door ring of the truck. And then you got to put it in an oven. These machines, they pick it up like a fork, and it puts it in an oven slot, heats it up to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And then it comes out the oven after about 5 or 6 minutes at 2,000 degrees, and it gets put on a platform where it's stamped by a 20, 30-ton block of iron that then runs water through the iron block to supercool it from 2,000 degrees down to about 200 degrees within a span of 15 seconds. And it changes the memory of the metal itself, meaning it presses it into a shape, and then it changes the memory of the metal. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what the scriptures is talking about here is actually passing these things through the fire, because it releases the memory of that metal. And in doing so, it purifies it and then makes it available to be repurposed for a different thing, a different item, to be used for money, to be used for, shekels for the sanctuary, to be used for plates, for candlesticks, for weapons like swords, iron and silver and things like that. So the Most High is so on point when it comes to how we assimilate things to our possession. When it comes to people, when it comes to items, when it comes to, raw ore, the Most High is very thorough in the law. And that's why it's so important for us to read these things, because if we don't do that, we won't follow the correct procedures when it comes to any of those things. And that could that would put us at a detriment when it comes to us building our own nation. We don't want that. We want to stay on point with the Lord. So we got to go over these laws. You understand? Go ahead.
And you shall wash your clothes on the 7th day, and you shall be clean. And afterwards you shall come into the camp.
Go ahead.
And Lord spake unto Moses, saying, 26, take the sum of the prey that was taken, both the man and of beast, thou and Eleazar the priest, and the chief of the fathers of the congregation.
Yeah, take the sum of the prey. Now it's going to start talking about the prey, meaning the cattle, all of the the sheep, the oxen, and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to start going into that detail. And for that, we're going to go back to the Hebrew. We're going to finish it up. We're going to read all the way through to verse 40, and that'll finish today's section. So let's go ahead and get there. Let me get there with you. We just finished 26.
Yes. Let me come.
31. I go back to it because for some reason always goes to John 3:16 whenever you open this. It's crazy, yo. I don't understand it.
They try to make you a Christian.
They try to make you a Christian. Hey, I love that verse though. John 3:16 is an excellent verse. It's just the world got it all backwards. Yo. It's crazy. All right, go. Let's get it. Go ahead and tell them where you're at.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 27.
Wachataza yath.
Wahakataza. Say it again.
Wachataza yath.
Wakatazaya.
Ath.
At.
Hamalakwa wath.
Man. Kawat.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Tapasha.
Tapasha.
Ha malachama.
Hama la
Kama.
kama.
Ha tazayam.
Hayatazayam.
La tazaba.
Latazabaya.
Babayan.
Babayan.
Call.
Call.
Ha ida.
Hada.
Verse 28.
Verse 28.
Waharamath.
Mahamat.
Makas.
Makas.
La Yahweh.
Ya Yahweh.
Ma'ath.
Ma'at.
Anasha.
Anasya.
Ha malachama.
Haman.
Lakama.
Kama.
Ha tazayam.
Hayatazayam.
La tazaba.
Tazbazaya.
Achad.
Akad.
Napash.
Napash.
Makamash.
Makamash.
Ha ma'awath.
Hamakawat.
Man.
Man.
Ha Adam.
Adam.
Waman.
Waman.
Ha Bakwar.
Abakor.
Waman.
Waman.
Ha Kamaryam.
Akamarium.
Waman.
Waman.
Ha Tazaan.
Atazan.
You back? Go to verse 29. Just where you're gonna, y'all gonna finish it up. Gonna read all the way through the 40. Y'all are in Numbers 31 and 29.
Okay. There's Numbers chapter 31, verse 29.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 29.
Mama ha taza ya tam.
Mama ka wama
Ha
ka
taza
taza
ya tam.
yatam
Takwa kaw.
taka kwalu
Wana ta
wana ta
ta.
ta
La la. It's like la izar.
la alazar
Hakahan.
hakahun
Ta wa math.
tara wama
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Verse 30.
Verse 30.
Wa ma ka taza.
Wama
Taza.
ka tazas
Banaya.
banaya
That's what Allah.
yashala
Takwa kach.
taka kwa
Akad.
akad
Kaz.
akaz
Man.
man
Mahamasha. Yum.
kwa
Like ha.
ha
Haka.
haka ma
Shayum.
shayam
Man.
man
Dam.
adam man
Haba. Quar.
abakor
Man.
man
Hakama. Rayam.
haka ma kwam
So like it. Kamarium.
hakamarium
Waman.
waman
Hatazan. It's like Hatazan.
antazan
Makal.
makal
Haba. Hamah. Haba.
haba
Haman.
hama
Wanasata.
manatata
Atham.
adam
Lalawayam.
nada yawam
La.
la yawam
Shama. Raya.
shama raya
Mashama. Rath.
mashama rath
Masha. Khan.
mashakan
Yahweh.
yahab
Verse 31.
verse 31
Waya. Aish.
Waya Aish.
Asha.
Mashar.
Wa ala Izar.
Wa Ala Azor.
An.
Akahan.
Ka Ashar.
Kashor.
Tazawah.
Tazawa.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ah.
Ath.
Asha.
Mashar.
Verse 32.
Verse 32.
Wa ya. Haya.
Wahya Haya.
Hamala. Par. Wach.
Halama
La.
Ka.
Wach.
Kawat.
Yeah. It's like Yatar.
Yatar.
Abaz.
Abaz.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Mazazar.
Bazazar.
Ain.
I'm
Hatazaba'a.
Hatazaba'a.
Tazaan.
Tazan.
Shasha.
Shasha.
Ma'a. Wa. It's like Ma'awath.
Ma'awath.
Allah.
Alap.
Washaba'ayam.
Wasabayam.
Allah.
Alap.
Wakamasha.
Wakana. Mashat.
Allah.
Alapium.
Like my phone is messing up.
Hmm.
Are we on verse 30, 33?
Numbers chapter 31, verse 33.
It's freezing on me. Waba Quar.
Wabakor.
Shanayam.
Shanayam.
Washaba Ayam.
Washabayam.
Allah.
Alap.
Okay, we're on verse 34.
34.
Okay. Wow. Kamarium.
Wakamurium.
Akkad.
Akkad.
Shashayam.
Wasashayam.
Allah.
Alap.
Verse 35.
35.
Wanapash.
Wanapash.
Adam.
Adam.
Man.
Man.
Anashayam.
Hananasham.
Ashar.
Ashar.
La'a.
La'a.
Yada. It's like Yada Iwa.
Yada Iwa.
Mashakab.
Mashakab.
Zakar.
Zakar.
Call.
Call.
Napash.
Napash.
Shanayam.
Shanayam.
Washa. It's like Washala. Washala. Washalashim.
Washalashim.
Allah.
Alap.
Oh, so like verse 36.
Verse 36.
Wathahaya.
Watataya.
Hamakataza.
Hamana. Hama.
Hamakataza.
Kataza.
Kalakwa.
Kalakwa.
Hayataza ayam.
Haya Tazayim.
Batazaba'a.
Tazaba'a.
Masapar.
Mazapor.
Hataza'an.
Hatazan.
Shalash.
Shalas.
Ma'awath.
Mawath.
Allah.
Alap.
Washalashim.
Washalashim.
Allah.
Alap.
Washabaith.
Washabaith.
Ha. It's like Allah Payam
ala payam
Wakamash
by kamash
Ma'awath.
ma'awath.
Verse 37.
Verse 37.
Wa Yahaya
Wahaya haya
Makas
hamakash
La Yahweh
Yahweh
Man
man
Hataza'an
hatazan
Shasha
shasha
Ma'awath
ma'awath
Kamash
hamas
Washaba'ayam.
washabayam.
Verse 38.
Verse 38.
Wahaba Kwar
Wahaba kwar
Shasha
shasha
Wa Shalashim
washalashim
Allah
alap
Wa Makasa
wamaka
Wa Makasam
wamakasam
La Yahweh
Yahweh
Shalayam
shanayam
Washabayim.
washabayim.
Verse 39.
Verse 39.
Wakamarium
Wakamorium
Shalashim
salashim
La
alap
Wakamash
wakamash
Ma'awath
ma'awath
Wamakasam
wamakasam
La Yahweh
la Yahweh
Akkad
akad
Washashayam.
washashayam.
Verse 40.
Verse 40.
Wanapash
Manapash
Adam
Adam
Shasha
shasha
Aishar
ashar
Alap
alap
Wamakasam
wamakasam
La Yahweh
Yahweh
Shanayam
shanayam
Wa Shalashim
washalashim
Napash.
napash.
Verse 41.
Nope,
No, that's it.
that's it.
Let's just stop the point. Go ahead and get that.
It's in a row. It's in a row.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 24. And you shall wash your clothes on the seventh day, and you shall be clean.
I think we were on.
We just made it go through the water. That was 23.
All right.
Right.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
And ye shall wash your clothes on the seventh day, and ye shall be clean. And afterwards you shall come into the camp. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, take the sum of the prey that was taken, both of the man and of beast, and others of the priests, and the chief fathers of the congregation. And 27, and divide the prey into two parts between them that took the war upon them, who went out to battle, and between all the congregation.
There is a reward for going to war for Israel. Notice that the lion's share, or at least you have the 12,000 that fought in the war, right? It never mentions if any of them died. It doesn't mention if they had a perfect, like if literally none of them passed. It doesn't tell us that. What it does tell us is that the ones that did come back, that half of all of the spoils of the prey, meaning the animals, is going to belong to those that fought. You understand that? There is a larger portion of reward for the soldiers that fight in the Lord's army. Notice that. Notice that it's saying that. That's why it says divide the prey into two parts, between them that took the war upon them, who went out to battle, and between all the congregation. Which means that you could be rest assured there's a larger portion for the rest of the congregation as compared to the 12,000 that fought in the war. But we're splitting it in half because that's what they deserve for fighting on our behalf. Go ahead.
And levy a tribute unto the Lord of the men of war which went out to the battle. 1 soul of 500, both of the person, and of the beeves, and then of the asses, and of the sheep.
Keep going.
Take it off their half, and give it unto Eleazar the priest for a heave offering of the Lord.
Yeah. So basically, the priesthood would then take the portion of that. It says 1 soul of 500, both of the persons and of the beeves and of the asses and of the sheep. So what it's talking about is like every 500 brothers to be 1 soul, meaning one of the animals. So basically, you divide 12,000 by 500. That tells you more or less how many of these animals would be then separated for that purpose. Go ahead.
And of the children of Israel half, and thou should take one portion of 50 of the person, of the beeves and of the asses and of the flocks.
What verse was that again?
That was 30.
30. I need that beeves. Beeves is talking about cattle, oxen. So when you hear beeves, that means oxen or ox. Just so you know. Go ahead.
Of the asses and of the flocks, and of all manner of beasts, and give them unto the Levites, which keep the charge of the tabernacle of the Lord.
And that's of the Israelite, of the half that goes to the rest of the congregation, that's brought up. Okay. Keep going.
31. And Moses, Eleazar the priest, did as the Lord commanded Moses. And the booty, being the rest of the prey which the men of the war had caught, was 600,000 and 7,000 and 5,000 sheep.
That's a lot. There was still plenty left over. You know what I'm saying? It says, and the booty means the remainder of the prey. Okay. That's what it's saying. Keep going.
And 312,000 beasts, and 1,000 asses, and 32,000 persons in all, of women that had not known a man by lying with him.
32,000 women and younger girls that had not known man by lying with him. I don't know how they determined the older women didn't. They better not be lying. I don't know how they knew, but they knew, and they broke them away from the rest of them, and that's so 32,000. Okay, keep going.
And the half, which was a portion of them that went out to war, was numbered in 300,000 and 730,000 and 500 sheep. The Lord's tribute of the sheep was 603 score and 15. And the beeves were 36,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 312.
Okay, keep going.
And the asses were 30,500, of which the Lord's tribute was 301. And the persons were 16,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 32 persons.
So we actually, okay, so I'm seeing it now. So the actual 500 was divided into the actual number of the cattle themselves. So it was divided, like say if you had 1,000 sheep, right? I'm just using that small number. You divide it by 500, that would be how many sheep? That would be like 2 sheep, right? So that's how they determine it. My fault. So that's how they determine how many of them would be used for the offerings and things. Go ahead. That was verse 40.
That was it.
All right, with that, Amadium. Go ahead, blow the horn.
La Yashawala.
La Yashala. Okay. Grab this up.
Okay. Sar, upon Hakwadam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa,
Abano,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Bashaman,
Quadash,
Kodash,
Haya,
Haya,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakwaka,
Malakwaka,
Taba'a,
Taba'a,
Ratazaka,
Ratazaka,
Haya,
Haya,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Barataza,
Barataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Haya,
Haya,
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim,
Nathan Lanawa,
Nathan Lanawa,
Lakam,
Lacham,
Kal,
Kal,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Waslaknawa,
Osalaknawa,
Kabawatnawa,
Kawatnawa,
Kaslaknawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kabawatyanawa,
Kawawathinawa,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Tabaya Ainawa,
Tabiyainawa,
Banasayawan,
Manasayawan,
Abal,
Abal,
Hawashainawa,
Hawashainawa,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa,
Hamalakwa,
Wahala,
Wahala,
Wahatapara,
Wahata Parath,
La'awalamyum,
La'awalamium,
Aman.
Aman. In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our
and
debts
forgive us our
as
debts
we forgive our debtors,
as we forgive our debtors,
and lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the
For
kingdom
thine is the kingdom
and the power
and the power
and the glory
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, sorry. All right, and at this time, we're going to salute the scroll. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barak Yah.
Yahweh Bashim Yosef Rakya. Can I get anointed today?
Yeah, but you tell let copy on so you can come up.
We need 3 priests to do it on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We'll be able to do it right now. No sweat.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barak.
All right, and at this time, we're going to give the brothers one courtesy salute. Individual. Oh, you know what? Blow the horn one more time. It's like. That was a good one. All right, and at this time, we're going to give the brothers one courtesy salute. Individual. Ahmad Shabbat. Ahmad Barak.
Yahweh Bashim Yosef Rakya.
Yagimata. So our turning face to sisters for one courtesy salute. Individual. Ahmad Shabbat. Ahmad Barak.
Yahweh Shamar Lathab Bashim Yahushai.
Yagimata. Dismiss. We're going to do the camp prayer in a minute. Hold on.